What is up, everybody? It's Ryan back with you. We're out here in the garage working on some junk again.
What? The CRV? Yeah. First gen CRV, don't matter. Automatic, don't matter. Buy it. Don't matter. Buy CRV.
Fellers, let me get you in here. That is a problem. Hold on. It don't make any, like, it don't do nothing weird. It just sounds bad. It literally charges perfectly fine.
I mean, you drove it like that.
I never get a battery life. I drove it all the way back from Knoxville. I drove it back from Slamming the Smokies. Hell, I drove around town. Sounds like that. Okay, it does smell a little bad. It does smell a little bad, but it works. But I'm gonna change it because you can't be having that. All right, so we're back here in the garage on a rainy Friday night. Cars and Coffee is in the morning. I want to go, but I don't trust that alternator. You probably heard that. This thing's gone. Which this is the alternator that I've had in my blue CRX since I had the car. To my knowledge, I don't think I ever changed it, and that's been since high school, before high school. So that alternator's done me well. Probably take it apart, put some bearings in it, and call it good because it's still actually charging fine. But I bought an alternator, so yeah. Might get that one rebuilt, don't know. This is probably extra information that no one needs to hear about. It's gonna get cut out of the video. But we're about to change this alternator. But anyway, I just rambled on for like 5 minutes, but we're about to change this alternator. But to do the alternator, I want to make it a little easier on myself. Easier, I mean, not easier. I'm just gonna take more shit apart. If you know anything about changing alternators on these chassis when they have B-series in them, they're a little difficult. It looks easy and fine to get to, but it'd be a lot easier if that intake was out of the way. So I'm gonna take that opportunity and put this on. Here I have a Skunk 2 Ultra intake manifold. It does have the plenum spacer. It's probably a little overkill for my car, but for what I want to do, it'll look good and perform well. To pair up with that, I have a pretty huge throttle body. I did run that on my GSR. It's just some no-name eBay huge ass throttle body. And I believe I have everything to make this project happen, so we're gonna start ripping it apart. So before we start on my car, update you on Jake's car a little bit. I'll let him tell you what's been going on with it.
I got a strut bar. That's it.
He got a strut bar. He's been working on it, but he did get a matching strut bar to me. Skunk 2. Somebody gave that to you?
Yeah, for free.
Hell yeah.
I don't even. I should probably remember his name.
Is it Looney?
Yeah.
Looney had it, yeah. So shout out Jonathan for that. It's pretty sweet. But you've just been driving it, really, right?
A little bit.
A little bit of work, a little bit of fixing some stuff, some
just
issues.
Small stuff.
We need to do a drive video, but obviously both of them have to work, so we're sorting that out. You got a new bumper and you got some other miscellaneous parts. So
I have rear disc stuff. I don't know if that's been put on video yet. I have DA rear disc. I just have to get bushings and tow arms, and then that'll all go in. And I have those slotted discs that Ryan gave me. I'm buying his bigger calipers for the front, and I have to do a wheel bearing, and then that should be good. Align it, and then it should be ready to drive.
So hopefully the plan is to be able to go rip these things together some. Classic Honda's on the Dragon, you're gonna go this year?
Yeah.
This man missed out last year, but that should be a good time. I know that's kind of the goal, to be able to go drive that. And Gatlinburg.
Whichever one comes first.
I can't remember. I think Classic Honda's is after. But anyway, that's a little update on Jake's car. He's got a rear disc conversion for it. Got bigger brakes for the front, slotted rotors, EBC, new bumper, tidying up some last minute swap things like figuring out sensors and all that stuff. So eventually this car will be rip worthy. He's been driving the heck out of it, and it seems like the swap is performing well. So it's got its gremlins, but what car doesn't, right, Jake?
Yeah.
Hey, if that's the only thing you got going bad, then if that's the only thing you got going on, then you're doing pretty good. But anyway, let's commence this project. Are you ready? Alright, so now that we got the intake off, we can plainly see the alternator here. Just a couple bolts and I'll have that off. We can slap the new one on it, and then we can proceed with installing the new intake manifold. Well, boys, I got good news and bad news. The good news is the alternator is going to be real easy to take off. The bad news is this intake manifold will not fit a B20 head. So I was under the impression that this fit all B-series heads because it is dual drilled and has the knockouts for swapping your water port. But I guess it only fits VTEC heads, so like an ITR, a GSR, and a B16. So we will not be using this, and we'll be putting that back on. But that just gives me more excuses to build a 1/8 bottom end and put my GSR head on it. So kind of sucks, but is what it is, and at least we're fixing the alternator. Well, now that we got this big access point, we should be able to get this alternator out pretty easy. Ugh. Yep. Oh my god.
It's probably because you lubed it up with all that grease.
Oh my god. That's quite a bit of movement.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's horrible. I can't believe it was still charging, dude.
No.
That's pretty wicked. Props to you, little alternator. Look at it. It spins so good. And you don't hear it until it's like tensioned. And then, oh my god. It's so bad. Poor guy. He needs some new bearings and he would still be good. So yeah, like I thought, this is a Honda alternator. This is a remanufactured Honda alternator. It says Nipodenzo down there. So pretty cool that this thing is original equipment and still working. It just sucks I'm gonna have to put a Duralast on it, even though, you know, I put those on all the time, but the OEM ones seem to work better and last longer, obviously. Obviously. I might take this down to the alternator shop and see if they can put new bearings in it, because this thing was still charging. Like I said, there was no issues with it charging at all. So, new bearings. And it'll be a spare. Yeah. Got the ND on the back of the case right there. So this is obviously the remanufactured for Honda one, so it's an OEM unit. If you look at this Duralast one, this one's for a 90 model Integra. It does not have that. So that means at least the casing is not original. This cover, I mean, it could be from something else, but this other one I've got for a 94 Integra does have the ND. Obviously it's got AutoZone's test sticker and all that stuff on it, and it's been remanufactured by whoever does AutoZone's, but at least I have a factory Honda casing, so maybe that means that it'll last longer. New one seems to fit okay. The pulley has plenty of clearance. Now I just got to slap the belt on it and then reinstall the intake. What's going on, guys? Didn't really film a whole lot of that because it was just repeat the process backwards, I guess you'd say. So Didn't get to put the intake on. The intake flange is a different bolt pattern altogether. It looks like I'm gonna have to put a VTEC motor together for this car if I want to run that. The alternator, however, we did get swapped out. The old one had a ton of play in it. It's hard to see, but I mean, that's a lot of play. Oh, and the van got new wheels. So I got a set of SSRs for the van. Thank you, Will. I love them. What is up, everybody? Jake and Ryan back here for a What's up, guys? Jake and Ryan back with you for another vlog. Right now we are going to trade some wheels. If you want to know what wheels, it's these. So I got a set of G35 stocks. They're 19, so it's the staggered setup, and we're going to trade for something along these lines. Also, if you didn't know, the van got some new wheels. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, this thing should have a little bit of a fresher look soon. Maybe a little more like this. But right now, let's get our ass on the road and let's get going. So, we just made a pit stop. I needed some spacers to kind of test fit some wheels. Those boys right there just hooked it up. We got these on the way, but now, the thing's loud. Anyway, but now we're gonna get back on the road and go do some swapping. We're hitting the tow gate in the mini truck. I mean, not the mini truck. We're hitting the tow gate in the van. We're gonna catch this Evo up here. God, look at that tow gate right there. You don't get the meme, you just don't get it. Right, Jake?
Right. Don't listen to the rubbing.
Yeah.
You can't hear that.
Yeah, that's not a real thing. So this is the current situation. G35 19-inch stocks. What we got over here, Jake?
Really real wrestling.
A little dirty. Does look similar. What kind of tires? Continentals?
Big. Too big for the van.
Too big, but
We got tires.
what do you think about this? What do we got here? Spec wise, how wide do you think?
10 wide?
Shine down here. Yeah, they're probably 10s.
Maybe 11.
What about the fronts? Let's check it out.
That's a 9.
Yeah, it's probably a 9. Shine up here.
More aggressive than a no.
For
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like the same wheels, but different.
The same but different.
So if you just seen that, you probably couldn't tell what was going on because it was really dark, but I'll give you a formal update in about 2 seconds real time. Alright, let's get the scoop on these wheels here real quick underneath some good lighting. Kind of went on a whim and a gut feeling when we were trading for these, but first thing here, let's fix this exposure. So first thing off the bat, this one's got a little bend in it and some stuff going on, but
Atrocities were committed on these plug holes.
yeah. The previous owner may have done that, don't know, but they are chrome, polished lips. I know it don't look like it, but let's see, are they actually 2-piece? Pull this one out.
Yeah.
Boom. Actual two pieces. So it looks like they do have some marking, but it looks like it's seen better days.
That's
Cut.
terrible.
Cut. That's awful. I mean, I guess it could be worse. They could have done it on.
That shit came from Discount Tire. I know where that came from.
Yeah. Let's look at one of the wide boys. They don't look terrible.
No, dude. Look at the lug holes on this one. They're perfect.
I thought the wheels were. It looks like they've all got valve stems and raised caps, which is sick. So we did trade a set of G35 wheels that I got a decent deal on, and I bought tires for them and stuff like that. And we traded for these GTCs. They're chrome faces, polished lips. Don't know what the spec is. Think they're 9. It's what?
This one's good too, the lug holes.
But I think that's the only one that's bent. This one's got a nick in it right here.
All these center caps are in great shape too.
Yeah, just a little cleaning. They'll be good. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The specs are like rubbed off. If you use like brake part cleaner on those tags, on the inside of these wheels, they don't have like a clear, like protective portion over the sticker. So unfortunately I learned that the hard way on a set of wheels. So I'd use a little brake cleaner to clean a spot off to put wheel weights on, and it wiped all the specs off the back side of the sticker. So I was upset about that, and it looks like Discount Tire may have done that. But anyways, we're gonna load these back up, take them back home, and clean them up and see if they will be the new replacements for the SSRs that I just traded another set of G35 wheels for. So anyway, that's probably gonna do it for this video. It's gonna be a short one.
If you got a G35, hit us up.
Yeah, bro, we'll trade you some G35 wheels. That's gonna be like my bartering token is G35 wheels from this point.
Just like a NASCAR, trap spot, selling coke and heroin out this trap.